I have to do this because I want to make sure we get to this, and so I have to.
This is important to know too. This is another thing that people, I didn't know about this, so I'm glad we're talking about it.
Right now in China, there's concentration camps. They are taking a group of people called the Uyghur Muslims. They are harvesting their organs and selling them. They're harvesting their hair. These people are being forcefully re-educated.
Selling it to Americans.
They were trying to.
Yeah.
Big shipments of fake hair. What are they, like, weaves?
No, real hair.
No.
Yeah,
I mean
weaves,
weaves.
You're supposed. You think you're buying fake hair. You think you're buying, but it's actually these people who are being kidnapped and put in concentration camps right now by China.
Yep.
They're shaving their heads and selling their hair to other countries.
That's correct.
They're harvesting their organs. They are forcefully sterilizing these people. Check out this story from the AP. China cuts Uyghur births with IUDs, abortion, and sterilization. This is just absolutely insane.
It's crazy.
The Chinese government is taking draconian measures to slash birth rates among Uyghurs and other minorities as part of a sweeping campaign to curb its Muslim population, even as it encourages some of the country's Han majority to have more children. So we can come back to this. But I gotta give a shout out to Maajid Nawaz. Follow him on Twitter. It's MAAJID NAWAZ. He's engaging in a hunger strike. I believe he's on day 3 now. He said, "Please do not ignore a Muslim genocide for the second time in my life. I am already out of anger and no longer feel pain. I am asking for some love." And then he posts these petitions. Maajid is a very high profile radio host for what is it called, LBC, and is he still doing? He still does that.
Yeah, he's got a show.
I don't know what LBC stands for. What is it? London Broadcast Company or something?
Something like that.
Probably something like that. And I gotta say, I think what Maajid is doing is one of the bravest things in order to spread the word. Explain to people what's going on, sign petitions, rally people to talking about what China is doing more, and all this amid the backdrop of just everything bad that China's been doing to the United States, that Trump himself has been calling out. And now Maajid is an intellectual dark web type personality.
Okay.
I say type because I don't know if there's a formal group, but Maajid definitely is. My understanding is that he actually coined the phrase regressive left, referring to like social justice warriors and stuff.
Yeah.
And now he's basically come out saying, we cannot ignore what's happening right now. And you know what? It's got to be said. How many activists on the left have said, if you've ever wondered what you'd do during World War II, you're doing it now because of Drumpf and because of immigration. Blah, blah, blah.
No, it's because you're ignoring the horrible atrocities that are happening right now in China. We have
video.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how. Is there anything? There's nothing like graphic or anything in this, is there?
No. You can show it. It's an aerial drone footage from someone, what they call unknown hero in China, which I 100% agree, because people need to see this, because this exact footage,
look at this, man,
is showing something hauntingly familiar from World War II, and just, you could just play it. Like, look at them. They're all just sitting there in lines, being rounded up, corralled, and put onto trains. And man, this is heavy, dude. Seeing this stuff, it's like this is going on right now. People are
living it.
We are living it right now. And if you don't know about it, you better know about it now, because this is happening. They're harvesting these people's organs. They're trying to sell their hair to Americans.
Look, they're all shaved. Their heads have all been shaved.
That's right, they are.
It's scary, man.
This is horrendous.
And this is a nation of what, 1.4 billion people?
Yeah, I believe so.
This is one of the scariest things we face as a planet. Right now.
Honestly, I am upset. It's hard to see this and know that this is going on, and that nobody here. It's just this. Oh well, coronavirus. No. There's genocide right now that's happening.
Yep.
This is crazy footage, man.
And you're buying wearing their hair.
We are lucky that whoever was able to pull us off. It looks like they're actually filming the screen of their drone controller. I wonder how the Chinese didn't catch this. You'd think they would have locked this down hard.
Well, because they probably sent it off, hoping someone was going to get it and be like, please, I hope someone finds this. What else can they do? It
could be an intelligence agency that actually leaked the footage too. Like something of better means. Because see this zoom capability?
Yeah.
That's high.
It may just, it's not digital zoom. That looks like optical zoom to me. So I wonder what kind of drone they're using. Maybe people in the comments might know, but it's right there, man.
Oh man.
All those historical photos we've seen of people being loaded onto trains.
Yeah.
I remember watching, they did some commercials where it was like, do you remember this? There was like commercials of it was like a suburban white family sitting in their living room, like watching TV. And then all of a sudden, like full camo people like kick the doors in, run in and then grab them. And they're screaming like, on the ground now. And then loads them into a truck. And then all of a sudden it freezes frame and then turns black and white and turns into a photo from World War II Germany. Mm-hmm. They did like, and they were like, what would you do?
I never saw that, no.
It's something like that. It's happening right now. I gotta be completely honest. I don't even know where to begin. So that's why I gave a shout out to Maajid Nawaz. He's doing a hunger strike. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And will that be enough? I don't want to be pessimistic, but I don't know. I mean, it's certainly got us talking about it, which is really important.
I mean, I'm looking at the comments. Not a lot of people know about this.
I'm glad people are learning about it now.
Like, what?
Yeah.
So
Are you kidding me?
When Trump says China,
Yeah.
we're not playing games.
No.
It's crazy because you can go back to like 2010 and Trump's talking about China.
You're right, he is.
And then you know what there was, what was it? Michael Flynn was talking to
2000, he was talking about it.
Oh yeah, he's been talking about it. They've been
Yeah.
extracting our manufacturing. What did you say? 80% of our
As it stands right now, 80% of U.S. imports,
imports.
all imports come from China. 80%.
I was reading something about why Michael Flynn was targeted in the Mueller investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it was because he said that he didn't think Russia was our biggest threat,
That's
that China
right.
was.
Wow.
And then they were like, oh no, he's trying to protect Russia. It's like, maybe.
Maybe he was right, and
It's not-
China
listen.
is the biggest threat.
But it's not just about what's going on with the Uyghur Muslims, man. It's Hong Kong.
Yeah, you're right.
Man, Hong Kong is essentially, my understanding, and I could be, look, I'm not from there, but is that it's basically English common law, or it's been for a long time. They've enjoyed free speech,
Yeah.
free expression, you
Democracy.
know. Well, yeah, democratic institutions.
Right,
I don't know
okay.
exactly. I
Yeah,
think they had
yeah.
a parliamentary system. I'm not entirely sure. But then when the UK basically said they're no longer going to be a colony, they said, you know, there you go, China. She's all yours. And what does China do? They said, oh, it's going to be fine. We're going to keep Hong Kong the way it is. Nope. They have basically given themselves the power to rendition Hong Kong citizens
Completely.
just in secret, literal black bags dragged off.
Yep.
And so this brings us to, you know, Donald Trump's executive order,
Yep.
which we did talk about yesterday. And now we'll talk about in the context of all of this. I'm actually surprised there's not a harder and more serious executive order on the Uyghur concentration camps.
Same here. It's an atrocity to humans.
It's
to
one of
human
the
rights.
worst atrocities probably in modern history.
Hands down. No doubt about it.
And the scale is what's scary because, you know, can you Google search like how many people lived in Germany in 100 years ago?
Yeah.
Because we're talking about 1.4 billion people.
In China. But,
Yeah.
but the amount of people in these camps, I'm not sure.
Is it a million?
I think that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. It was about 1 million. But I don't know. I don't have the exact number.
I'm just saying, like, when now that there's more people on the planet and populations have expanded, we're dealing with a massive scale of widespread human suffering.
Yep.
And that's, I mean, forced sterilizations
Yep.
of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I was reading about why they're harvesting organs, and apparently what it is, other wealthy Muslims can't have organ transplants unless it's
Halal.
Halal, right.
Right.
So China's basically like, hey, it's like the movie The Island.
We'll start
you
a
know?
farm of halal humans for them.
Yikes,
That's
man.
straight up what they're doing. That's what it is. It's
you
a
able to find
human
it?
farm.
Yeah. So for
Can't stand it.
no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong chart.
You've seen? Have you guys ever seen the movie The Island?
I have, yeah.
We just watched it recently, actually. It's a bunch of clones who don't realize that they're just going to have their organs harvested for wealthy people who got themselves cloned. And now I wonder, you know, how is China treating these people as commodities, as products to be sold?
Yeah.
What do we do?
That's what they are.
You know, I was talking to someone about this, and their response to me was like, okay, what should we do? Ground war in China? And I'm like, man, I don't know. Sanctions, I guess? Well, we're doing that. Yeah, that's a good point.
That was the beginning.
So, right. And that's why I think war with China is inevitable.
I agree. I think I was talking to a friend of mine today. I was like, I've never been more sure of us going to war with China than today. Listening to Bill Barr talk about China,
Dude.
calling them out, calling Apple out, calling Hollywood out, calling all these specific.
That was today, right?
That was today at 1
Man,
p-
Bill
1
Barr
p.m.
went ham.
And if you didn't listen to his interview, or it was a speech that he was giving at Gerald F. Ford or something, you must. It is an absolute must to
He called them collaborators.
to be aware of what they're doing and what they're talking about. I had to listen to it twice because I couldn't believe it.
He called them collaborators, right? Or like alluded to them being collaborators, something.
I have it right here.
Pull it up.
It's a long speech. It's quite long. I have the words written here. I'm just.
He was basically talking about Hollywood injecting propaganda.
Yep.
He was talking about the NBA, these big tech companies gladly just being pawns for the Communist Party of China.
Yep. Basically, having this double standard of, well, America, we don't really care about you. We have to cater to China because they have way more people and we make way more money on their citizens. And he calls them out for it. And it's just like, oh, you don't care about freedom of speech. You don't care about civil rights, real crazy civil rights being violated.
What did Jack Dorsey say to me last year on Rogan about their rules?
What do you say?
They're trying to apply like a global standard.
Right.
That's what it was,
I
right?
believe so.
It's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, well, we're
he talks about
a global company.
He talks about that in here.
No, you're not a global company.
Nope.
How many countries in the world have human rights protected by their constitution? Very, very few, and certainly not China.
Definitely not.
Look at how desperate these companies are to function in China. Google wanted to do some kind of censored search that could exist in the country. And the response was, well, if we don't do it, someone else will, so we might as well. No, it doesn't work that way. China doesn't just end by saying, like, okay, you can exist here. What did Bill Barr say about the iPhone? Do you remember that part?
He said specifically was talking about the guy that attacked the courthouse in California. And he had 2 phones on him. And he went to shoot the phones, and they took him out before he was able to shoot them completely. And they were trying to get into the phones. And they were like, they got a warrant. They actually went and got a warrant and went to Apple and said, here's our warrant. Let us into this phone. And they were like, nope, sorry, we can't help you. Like, that's against our policies. Like, we won't do it. And they were able to get into the phone and that found out that there was connections to Al-Qaeda.
Wow.
And it's like, wow, did I just hear that? Like, is that actually happening? So I actually found this. I'm just going to read this one part. Go ahead. You want to finish that point?
Yeah, the point was, he said you couldn't sell an iPhone in China unless China had backdoor access.
That's exactly it. Yeah, he did say that.
Right. So the point was, we can't get in these phones, but you think China would allow them to sell in their country unless they had backdoor access?
Exactly.
So when the United States government says, if you're going to run encrypted software messaging, we need a way in. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
You create a way in, everybody's got a way in. But he's basically pointing out that because of the rules, the rights, the Constitution that we have, the Fourth Amendment, Apple will say F you. But do you think when it comes to China? Nope. I'm sure the CCP is given a golden ticket.
Listen to this. The People's Republic of China is now engaged in an economic blitzkrieg, an aggressive, orchestrated, whole-of-government campaign to seize commanding heights of the global economy and to surpass the United States as the world's preeminent superpower, period.
Thucydides' trap,
That's straight up from what he said. And it was like, man, when he said that, I was just like,
bro,
dang man, he's calling him out. And that is what I'm seeing.
I got a deep dive for you on your Saturday show.
What's that?
Thucydides' trap.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna dive into Trump this Saturday, and it's good. I mean, people need to know about the type of person he is, the things that he's actually done, and I'm gonna talk about it.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. If you want to catch the full show, tune in to this channel, subscribe, hit the like button, or check us out on iTunes and Spotify, and we will soon have this podcast up for free on all podcast platforms. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all in the next episode.